Daniel Werner, a millionaire known in the business world for his cold precision and unmatched intelligence, never thought the most impactful moments of his life would come from places far smaller than boardrooms and corporate towers. Ever since his wife passed away 3 years ago, leaving him alone with their 6-year-old daughter Lily, Daniel had built his life around balancing extreme success with fatherhood, though he often felt more vulnerable at home than he ever did negotiating million-dollar deals. That chilly late evening, he decided to stop at a small convenience store with Lily, who insisted on buying her favorite chocolate pudding with the coins she had saved in her tiny pouch. The store was dimly lit, the hum of old fluorescent lights filling the space, shelves neatly arranged with snacks, medicine, and household items. Daniel walked in thinking this stop would last only a minute. He never expected it would shake him to his core. Behind the counter stood a young cashier, Emily, her name tag pinned crookedly, her blue shirt slightly wrinkled, her hair pulled back in a messy ponytail. At first glance, she looked tired, but Daniel was trained to notice micro-details people often missed. Her pale face, her hunched shoulders, and most importantly, her trembling hands. She tried to scan items, but her fingers shook so noticeably that the scanner nearly slipped from her grip. She swallowed hard, hiding her shaking hand behind the register, but Daniel had already seen it. Lily, with her innocent, wide eyes, tugged Daniel's sleeve and whispered, "Daddy," she looked scared. Children had a way of seeing truth without filters. Daniel nodded slightly, bending to kiss Lily's forehead before looking back at Emily. He placed the pudding and a bottle of sanitizer on the counter and said softly, "Are you all right?" Emily froze. Customers didn't ask her how she was. They barely noticed her. She forced a weak smile and replied, "I'm fine, sir. Just a long day." Her voice was thin, breaking in places, the way someone sounds when they've held their emotions hostage for too long. Daniel leaned slightly forward, his tone gentle but firm. "Your hands are trembling. Are you sure you're okay?" Emily immediately panicked, shaking her head quickly. "Please, don't report me. I really need this job. Please, sir." That fear, raw, desperate, told Daniel everything he needed to know. This wasn't someone having a bad day. This was someone drowning. He softened his voice even more. "I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm asking because you look like you need help." Emily bit her lip hard, her eyes glistening. She tried swallowing her emotion, but the truth clawed its way out. I haven't eaten today." Daniel stiffened. Lily gasped. Emily looked away in shame. "My blood sugar drops when I skip meals. That's why my hands shake. But I had to choose between food and bus fare. And my little brother's medicine. So I chose everything else." Her voice cracked. "Just not myself." Daniel felt something inside him collapse. He remembered the nights his wife lay in the hospital, pale and weak, when money wasn't the problem but helplessness was. He remembered the feeling of watching someone you care about suffer in silence. Emily wasn't family, but suffering has a universal language. And tonight, she was speaking it. Daniel stepped back, grabbed an empty basket, and walked down the aisles with purpose. Lily followed eagerly, grabbing items with her small hands. "Daddy, she needs juice. And yogurt. And maybe something warm," Lily said. Daniel smiled sadly. "Let's get her everything she needs." Within minutes, the basket overflowed with sandwiches, fruit cups, granola bars, juices, and ready-to-eat meals. When Daniel placed the heavy basket in front of Emily, she stared at it, stunned, her trembling hand covering her mouth as tears filled her eyes. "Sir, no. I can't accept this. It's too much. I don't want charity." Daniel shook his head firmly. "This isn't charity, Emily. This is humanity." Lily nodded with a soft, innocent smile. "We just want you to feel better." But before Emily could respond, a tall, bald, stern-faced man in a suit approached, the store manager. His cold expression shifted between annoyance and suspicion. "Is there a problem here?" he barked, eyes drilling into Emily as if daring her to speak. Daniel turned to the manager, standing in a protective posture without even realizing it. "Yes," Daniel said calmly, Your employee hasn't eaten all day because she's too afraid to take a break. The manager shrugged carelessly. Her breaks are her responsibility. If she can't handle the job, that's on her. Lily frowned deeply. You're mean, she muttered, but Daniel placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Then Daniel locked eyes with the manager. Do you even know who I am? The manager smirked. Another customer who thinks he's important. Daniel chuckled, a dangerous, quiet chuckle. My name is Daniel Werner. The manager's smirk vanished instantly. The color drained from his face. Everyone knew Daniel Werner, multi-industry investor, owner of several retail chains, including the one currently negotiating to acquire this store's parent company. Daniel stepped closer. I'm finalizing the acquisition of your store chain. Which means, in a few weeks, every employee will be under my management. He lowered his voice. So tell me, do you still think treating employees like machines is wise? The manager stuttered, Yes, sir. Emily can take a break. Of course. Right now. Daniel didn't even spare him another glance. Instead, he picked up the food basket and gently placed it closer to Emily. Go. Please. Eat something. Emily's emotional dam finally broke. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, Why are you helping me? Lily tugged Daniel's sleeve again, but this time, he spoke first. Because once, when my world was falling apart, someone helped me. And I survived because a stranger cared. He swallowed hard, surprising even himself with the vulnerability in his voice. Now it's my turn. Emily wiped her tears with shaking fingers. You don't know what this means to me, she whispered. You don't know how hard it's been. Daniel replied softly, maybe not. But I know what it's like to feel alone. And you shouldn't have to. When Daniel and Lily walked toward the door, Emily stood behind the counter, holding the basket as if it were the first real act of kindness she had received in years. Her eyes followed them until they disappeared outside. And for the first time in a long time, she felt seen. She felt human again. Daniel squeezed Lily's hand gently as they walked to the car, feeling something shift deep within him, something warm, something peaceful. He realized that sometimes the richest moments in life don't come from wealth, but from compassion. And if you believe in stories that restore faith in humanity, make sure to subscribe, because more life-changing stories are on the way.